Looking at all the Premier League games played so far, we end up with this. So this is the final video in the series comparing the Poisson model and a machine learning one. The idea being that the Poisson model looks at the teams and how many goals they score and concede. So using that, we simulate the possible results that we could get, since goals scored tend to follow a Poisson distribution. While this model, the machine learning one, is based on the odds that we get at a bookie. So actually Bet365 in particular. So the advantages of the betting model is that it takes into account all the information. That's if you believe in market efficiency and that kind of thing. So this weekend we have Man United against Spurs and Watford against Stoke. So here's the website, Bet365. You get to the UK list. Man United versus Spurs and Watford versus Stoke. Again, we could have, say, looked at Arsenal versus Swansea, where Arsenal are the strong favourites, or Liverpool Huddersfield, where Liverpool are strong favourites. But we wouldn't learn as much from that, really. I mean, it'd be interesting to see whether both models say that they think that the strong favourites are strong favourites. But I'm just going to look at United, Spurs and Watford, Stoke. Things went well for machine learning again. We had Everton versus Arsenal, where the betting model thought that Arsenal were going to win, while the Poisson model thought that Everton was going to win. We did a half bet because it thought the most likely result was going to be Everton to win, but it wasn't a very strong signal. So that counts as a €5 loss for the Poisson model and an €8.50 win for machine learning. They were both at €17.50, where I was kind of going betting €10 on each of the results, unless I made no bet because I didn't really get a clear signal, or if I did a half bet, for example. Machine learning also thought that Spurs were going to win in the Spurs-Liverpool match, and that made it €12.20, while the Poisson model also thought the Spurs were going to win, but again it wasn't a very strong conviction, so I had said it would be a half bet. So that's €6.10 for Poisson, which means that now, or currently, machine learning is up €38.20 and Poisson is up €18.60. So things going well. A lucky run. What do the models say today? This is also interesting, the United Spurs match, because Kane went off with an injury at the end of, I think, the Liverpool game. So there's a lot of talk about whether he's had a hamstring injury. Is he going to be out for, 3 weeks or something? If that's the case, then that's going to weaken Tottenham. The odds have gone down, so for United to win, which is the benefits of the betting model. When using the Poisson model, our only parameters are how many goals Spurs have scored. And they were largely scored by Kane. So how do we change that if Kane is injured? We don't. That would be another modification. Basically, when I do the Poisson model, I just look up the data from Soccer Stats, and the data does not change. See what the models say. I'll start by looking at the machine learning. For that, we need these numbers. So 3.5 for Spurs and 3.3. So the odds for an away win are 3.5, which is not less than 2.4. So we go to the right. Are the away odds less than 4.6? Well, it was 3.5, so yes. Are the odds for a home win less than 2.7? They were 2.1. So we go over here. Are the odds for a draw less than 3.4? They're 3.3. So the machine learning model is saying that Spurs are going to win. I'll actually just do the machine learning for the second game as well, since this page is up, and then we can do the Poisson stuff. So Watford Stoke, 3.4 draw, 3.75. Away less than 4. I'll go to the top. Away less than 2.4, no. 3.75 is less than 4.6. So that's less than 2.7. It's equal to 3.4. So this is saying that Watford Stoke is going to be a draw and Spurs are going to win. You can get the Poisson parameters from Soccer Stats, clicking on home and away to get the average goals scored and conceded for the various teams. So these are the parameters for the United Spurs match. Actually, United have conceded 0 goals. So that should be 0. But I don't like using 0. I mean, that we only have a few games worth of data. So I replaced that with a 0.2. Which shouldn't change things that much. And this says home team to win. So Poisson is saying that Man United will win. Remember, machine learning said Spurs would win. And that is over 50%. So I'm going to say that's a €10 bet. These are the parameters for the Watford Stoke. You can see, but both are not doing great. I mean, Watford at home are conceding 2.5 goals a game and only scoring 1.25. So they tend to be losing. But Stoke are only scoring 1 and conceding 2.75. So these are both struggling teams. And this has the home team to win. So Poisson has home team to win in both games. We'll see how it goes.